streets of Los Angeles and the Sunset Strip emerged a band unlike anything anyone had ever seen or heard before.
You're trying to make adults sick.
Founded by Perry Farrell in 1985, then soon joined by Dave Navarro, Stephen Perkins, and later Chris Channing, Jane's Addiction is regarded as one of the most influential acts in alternative music history, all but creating the template for the genre. Fusing metal, punk rock, folk, jazz, psychedelic, and progressive rock, they have blazed a trail sonically and artistically that has proven when it comes to alternative rock, there are no rules.
Well, what kind of music do you do? I would say Duke Ellington and Bad Brains.
Jane's Addiction's highly anticipated first studio album, Nothing Shocking, quickly became a cult classic and fueled an emerging underground movement that would define a generation and influence the likes of Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Rage Against the Machine.
And their major label debut, the just-released LP, Nothing Shocking, has been banned by 8 major record store chains across the country because of its cover, which, let's face it, definitely grabs your attention. But what about the music inside? That's pretty provocative stuff too, as you're about to see.
They've certainly succeeded at that. Lead singer and lyricist Perry Farrell, for instance, has been known to unzip his pants on stage and...
Can we cut this part out?
Okay.
Nirvana often gets credit for being the first alternative band to break through. The band that changed music and led rock out of the hair metal wilderness of the 1980s. That's just not true. It was Jane's Addiction. Inspiring, intelligent, furiously rocking, and artistically deep as fuck.
Their second album, Ritual de la Habitual, broke new ground, exploding the band's success and challenging the biggest mainstream rock and pop acts of the day, with sales of over 3 million records.
Now they're back with a new album called Ritual de la Habitual. The cover artwork is equally shocking, and the music is equally great.
As the world was becoming acquainted with Jane's Addiction's unique and controversial style of music and art, something else was brewing in the cauldron of Perry's mind.
You'll say it's just a festival, it's festive. And I want people to go there and celebrate. And just get out of their minds with joy.
And it was with this vision that Perry would go on to create the Lollapalooza Music Festival in 1991, still the preeminent music festival today. While Lollapalooza becomes a must-see yearly event drawing the biggest names in music to the festival, the members of Jane's Addiction continue to develop and explore their own unique sounds and visions. In 2001, the band regrouped to write and record new music. And in 2003, those new songs would be released as their third studio album, Strays, which spawned top hits including a #1 in Just Because, and the Entourage theme Superhero. In 2008, Jane's Addiction is honored at the NME Godlike Genius Award Show at the El Rey Theater in Los Angeles. This would later prove to be a defining moment in the history of Jane's Addiction.
I feel that when we were really cooking here in LA, we really had something going because we were so intimate with the scene, and I knew that there was a lot of energy in this scene, particularly here in Los Angeles, and we were basically like the house band every weekend.
In 2009, they went back to the clubs that defined their early years.
You know, Jane's Addiction was born in tiny little clubs, just weird, like little underground clubs, and it's pretty exciting for us. You know, it's almost a little bit more electric in the air, you know, and a little bit more excitement to us. Actually feels like a team of friends back together 20 years later. All I see is them three. I kind of block out the rest of it. It kind of feels like, I almost feel like a reptile. By the time we really get going, I just feel like I want to either just eat something with my bare hands or somebody.
In 2011, Jane's Addiction debuts their newest single, End to the Lies. and released their latest album, The Great Escape Artist. Saw the band set out on the Great Escape Tour, a visually stunning celebration of the theater of the absurd, combining, as they had always been known for, music, theater, acrobatics, sex, and more. In 2013, Jane's Addiction was celebrated with one of Hollywood's highest honors, a star on the legendary Walk of Fame. Today, we honor Jane's Addiction with the Elmer Valentine Award, celebrating their contribution to the legacy of the music and icons of the Sunset Strip, and the 25-year anniversary of the release of their first Vanguard album, Nothing Shocking.